I think we live, Grace. Grace, the Yankees on a 6-game losing streak. How you feeling? Oh, yeah. Join us for the conversation.
You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.
Scorpio.
Good morning, Yankees universe. And the Yankees are on a 6-game losing streak. And we're trying something different. I got a bucket hat because my bucket low is like, fuck it, though. Yankee fans of the business, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Grace Monroe, how are you feeling today?
You know what? I love the dynamic, Hector, because usually I'm the one being dramatic and wild. So you know what? You be dramatic and wild for once. You go ahead. I will gladly hand you the reins. I'll be the sensitive, calm, leader today. How about that?
Oh, no, listen, this is just me for like the first 5 minutes of the show. I'm going to toss it back over to you so you can be in your usual environment, right? Shout out to the chat. The Yankees have lost 6 games in a row. Me and Grace Monroe, we're on a different time this morning. This is Thursday, June 19th. It's 12 o'clock. The Yankees play at 1. Hopefully, they scored some runs yesterday, but they crapped the bed. Grace, where do you want to start with the conversation?
Where to begin? Well, I will say that my mental state was a lot more resigned yesterday when I settled my ass into my recliner to watch the game. I didn't expect to win, okay? For the first time, maybe all season long. And that is not a good thing. But yet, here I was, not expecting to win. And I fully expected us to break our all-time franchise record of 37 innings held scoreless. We made it to 30, Hector. We made it to 30. We were only 7 away from breaking that record. Jazz Chisholm Jr., like what I say, Rudolph on Christmas Eve night, hit that home run and saved us from a fait accompli of us breaking that record. Thank God. So then I calibrated myself back and I said, you know what? We're not going to win the game, but hey, at least we scored a run. Baby steps.
Baby steps.
But then, of course, we couldn't bring any runners in, of course. Stranded runners on the base, yet again. Same old song, second verse, same as the first. And then Bellinger hit a home run, which is great. But again, living and dying by the home run and nothing fucking else. So whenever we got to late innings, I knew it was over. We started the 8th, or we had the bottom of the 8th, 2 runners on, and couldn't bring one of them home. Okay, copy. So it ended, and here we are.
Here we are, Grace. As you just said, I want to shout out the chat as we continue. My guy Caleb Vasquez is in the building. Caleb, how you doing, my guy? Yeah, I got the Yankee bucket hat. They gave me this at the game yesterday. This was the giveaway. I'm honestly going to take it off. It feels really stupid on my head, so I'm going to just put my regular Yankee hat on right now. But shout out to my guy, Caleb Vasquez. Theo Nosebleed section is in the building. My guy, Theo Nosebleed, how you doing? Anna Marie, salute. Eric Wallace is in the building. Shout out to my guy, EY. Our good friend Tina is in the building. El Consigliere Joe is in the building. Buen dia, my guy. Hope all is well. Salute. Who else we got in here? We got the Ace Avenue in the building. Ace, how you doing? Guys, if you guys can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you guys are tuning into the conversation over here on the Yankees Morning Brew. My guy, Nathaniel Crenshaw, is in the building. Grace, it was crazy because I was, I remember on the last episode, I was talking to you about Ernest, the security guy at Yankee Stadium, we was having a conversation about the Yankees not scoring runs. He's like, oh yeah, I believe it. I've been watching the team for so long. I definitely could believe it. Yesterday when Jazz Chisholm hit that home run, him and I were right next to each other and we was jumping. We was like jumping for joy. Like we was like little kids, like they finally scored a run. But one thing I could say is when you look at this team, the one glaring issue is not the pitching. It's not even the bullpen. It's the hitting. It's the hitting. And it has compiled over its span of the past 2 weeks. I want to say ever since June 19th, the hitting has gone down tremendously. And it starts with Aaron Judge and it sprinkles on to everybody else. But there was an error in the game yesterday. And this is the person who's the punching bag right now. I hate to do it, but Anthony Volpe, you're going to have to come on down. You're going to have to enjoy this conversation we're going to have. My guy, IB, the gambler, he put this out on Twitter yesterday. And Grace, I want to get your thoughts on it, Yankee fans as well. He said, Anthony Volpe is one of the worst late inning and big spot shortstops we have seen on the Yankees. He gets angsty. He has some issues with making the routine play under pressure. The chosen one is now the E6, the clutch one. What's your thoughts on that? Is that a little bit too critical on Anthony Volpe?
You know, what I want to say here is, and then you need to send me to the hot corner because Volpe is my hot corner today.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But no, you're good. But yeah, in case y'all don't know, I don't want to put us on blast, Hector, but I write the little headlines for the thumbnail for our show. And last night after the game was over, I wrote a headline, which I won't say, but I sent it to Hector, and then about 20 minutes went by, and I sent him another text, and I said, you know what? Maybe that was a little far. Maybe that one was a little far. We need to change it to something a little bit more professional, and we changed it. But that being said, let me go ahead and talk to you from the hot corner. Thank you so much, Hector Beauchamp with Latino Sports and Uptown Sports TV. This is Grace Monroe reporting live from the hot corner. Anthony. We love you. We really do. We love the boy from Jersey. We love the chicken parm. We love the pictures of you with Jeets. We love the story. We love this little boy attitude. We love your face. We love your number. We love your young energy that you bring to the team. Okay, now that I've said all that, Anthony, we need to have a talk. This is the talk that I want to have with you. The expectations that were put on you by the fan base, by the media, by the front office were unrealistic. They weren't fair. And we get it, okay? We have since then lowered our expectations little by little, season by season. We have lowered them just lower, okay, lower, a little bit lower, okay? So we don't expect you to hit anymore. I mean, I'm speaking for all of us when I say we don't expect you to go 30-30. We don't expect you to be that slugger or whatever Paul O'Neill claimed you were going to be or whoever, okay, anymore. We're like, all right, hit in the bottom of the order, just do your thing, Volpe. Let's not expect too much. But I'll tell you what we do expect, Anthony Volpe. What we do expect is good defense. Great defense. If you're not going to hit, that's fine. Cool copy. We love you. We don't need you to hit. We have Aaron Judge. We have Cody Bellinger. We have Paul Goldschmidt. I can go on and on and on. But we do expect you to give a certain level of defense in the infield to hold it down. And now, as of today in June, Volpe, Anthony, is got 9 errors on the season. 9. And it's June. 9. 3rd most among all shortstops in the MLB. So we do expect that out of you, Anthony. You know what else we expect out of you, Anthony? We expect you to be able to run the bases with speed and with smart decision making. And as we sit here in June, Anthony, 8 of 14 in stolen base attempts. That's 50%, my guy. That ain't good. Okay? Now, if I want to bring up real quick someone on the team who is getting absolutely slaughtered by the fan base right now for his bad stolen base attempts. Jason Dominguez, he is 10 for 12 on stolen base attempts. You know what percent that is, Hector? 83. 83%. You know who else is 83% on the team? Jazz Chisholm Jr. Jazz Chisholm Jr. and Jason Dominguez have the same stolen base attempts and success rate right now. Anthony Volpe, however, is running a 50% stolen base success rate. What? Unacceptable, Anthony, because as we calibrate these expectations lower, my guy, you're losing tools left and right, okay? So what tools do you have left? Come on, Anthony. We know you're better than this. Let's get it going, my guy.
When it comes to Anthony Volpe, this is no shade to Volpe. I think Volpe is awesome. He was awesome with the kids yesterday. I wanted to add on. He's great with karaoke. He sang New York, New York yesterday with the kids for the Yankees Hope Week event. When it comes to Anthony Volpe, when errors happen, it's a big-ass microscope that he's under, especially when you're in New York. When you're losing and you're on a 6-game losing streak, those little errors, mental mistakes, they get exacerbated. It's 162 games in a season. Errors happen, mistakes happen. But when you're losing and when it's late game situation, that's what separates good baseball players from great baseball players. That's what separates okay baseball players from all-stars, right? And when you look at Anthony Volpe, we're trying to figure out, where is he at? Is he an okay baseball player? Or is he going to be an all-star? Is he an average baseball player, or is he above exceptional baseball player? We still don't know. We're still trying to figure it out. What we're looking at right now, we'll look at somebody who's caught in the middle, and at any moment, an error can happen, and how can you say, the dam breaks and the water just comes flowing in. And what's going on right now with the New York Yankees is that exactly. I know a lot of people, you're talking about people picking on Jason Dominguez, picking on this person, that person. One person that Yankee fans have been picking on is Aaron Boone, talking about Aaron Boone this and Aaron Boone that. Grace, you want me to tell you something? Before the game yesterday, after the game before, when they had more mental errors, fielding errors, when we lost to the Angels, do you know what Boone had the team doing? 30 minutes before BP even happened, before they even brought out the cage, you know what they were doing?
What?
They were doing infield drills. Aaron Boone had everybody in the middle of the field, everybody talk about team meetings, and we'll get into that if there was a team meeting or not, but he had the entire team in the middle of the field having a conversation with them, because right before they were out there, that's when they were Aaron Boone was asked that question about a team-only meeting, a closed-door meeting, and he gave the question of there was no team-only meeting or anything like that, or players-only meeting. So I wasn't there at the stadium. Nobody from Latino Sports was, so I can't confirm it or deny it. What I can confirm is yesterday, before batting practice, Aaron Boone and the coaching staff, they gathered all the players right in the middle of the diamond on the pitcher's mound, the infielders, the outfielders, and the pitchers, and they were having whatever conversation they were having. And what did they do right after it? Because it was a very spirited conversation for about 5 minutes. What did they do after it? Everybody, Jazz was at third, Volpe was at shortstop, DJ was at second with Peraza, Paul Goldschmidt was at first base, and they had runners on first, second, and third running out scenarios. And they did this for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes, they were doing this. Jazz, Volpe, DJ, Paul Goldschmidt, Austin Wells, Ben Rice, JC Escara. Everybody was doing this 30 minutes before they even brought out the cage for hitting. So for people to be like, Aaron Boone don't hold players accountable, you're full of it. You don't see what happens behind the scenes. You don't see what happens before the games, the preparation, before they even let the fans inside of the stadium. So yesterday, I can confirm 30 minutes before they even hit, Aaron Boone and the coaching staff had the players working on their infield fundamentals. But you could work on your infield fundamentals and you still get an error like you got from Anthony Volpe in a crucial late game situation.
Everybody all there together with Aaron Boone having his spirited conversation on the mound sounds like a meeting to me. But Aaron Boone's never going to put his players on blast. Never. So people expect him to do that. He's never going to do that. And that does not mean that he's not having conversations behind closed doors, that he doesn't deem a meeting or that his players aren't having a conversation behind closed doors, that Aaron Boone doesn't feel the need to confirm to the media that a meeting was taking place. But I guarantee we know that Aaron Judge is a leader and talks to his players all the time. We have heard and read articles subsequently coming out about Giancarlo Stanton's leadership and how he pulls guys aside and how he has, quote unquote, meetings. Maybe Aaron Boone wouldn't say, oh yeah, there was a meeting, but there was a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, this is semantics.
It's definitely is semantics. But Grace, I just want to ask you real quick, because you're cooking. We're cooking with gasoline right now. I want to ask you, is Aaron Boone the reason why the Yankees didn't score a run in 30 innings?
Bro, you can't blame Aaron Boone for the players swinging for the fences and not making good swing decisions and not playing for the guy behind them.
Is Aaron Boone the reason why that in the month of June, Aaron Judge has a 44% strikeout rate? Is Aaron Boone that reason? Is Aaron Boone the reason that Aaron Judge batting average has dropped from 330 into the 360s? Is that Aaron Boone's fault?
This is exactly why, Heck, last show I brought up the fact that the Texas Rangers can't hit for shit, and not a single person is blaming Bruce Bochy. Not a single person is saying, oh, it's the manager's fault that the hitters can't hit. But for some reason, Yankees fans blame Boone when the hitters don't hit. It's Boone's fault. You know what I mean?
Again,
I'm not saying Boone is perfect.
I was just about to say, I was just about to say that because all of a sudden I could see the trolls in the comment section where you guys are defending Boone. What about in the World Series? Nobody's saying that Boone is absent of any blame. We're not saying that. We're not saying that Aaron Boone does not deserve any blame when you look at the late inning bullpen management. But when you look at this past month, when you look at the past June, this past week, Grace, at the end of May, the Yankees had a 6.5 or a 7-game lead in the division. It's down to a 1.5 games right now. This is what happens when you have 2 bad weeks in baseball. Anything can happen. Anybody could get on fire. And the Tampa Bay Rays, they knocking at the door and they say, hello, how you doing? You remember us? We're still in your division, right? You may have gotten off to a good start of the season, but you see what happens when you have a bad 2 weeks, especially in the AL East.
Yeah, 1.5 games. A 1.5 games is all we have on the lead on the Rays now. 1.5 games. Well, we had this division put away 2 weeks ago. There was no way that any team could catch us if we just played 500 ball, which the guys could not manage to do.
I want to shout out my guy Roro in the building. Mikey Caliendo says teams go into slumps. It happens. It's been a week of bad baseball. Funny people act like they don't have a bad week or a bad month in life. Facts. I be stubbing my toe. I be dropping shit. I be wanting to kill. I be wanting to unalive people. Mike, shout out to my guy Roro in the building. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to my guy Roro and JV's podcast over there on Spotify, Diamond Discussions. Make sure you look them up. Shout out to my guy Roro who is in the building. D's channel, how you doing? Salute. But I know I brought up Aaron Judge, so we have to pivot now to Aaron Judge, right? Look at the batting average. It was 390 in the Kansas City Royals series. It's 366 right now. Again, I don't expect Aaron Judge to hit 400 for the season, right? We knew that this type of play couldn't be sustained throughout 162 games. He was going to come back down to earth. He's falling back down to earth. But SNY, they put it out. This is a quote from Aaron Judge at the end of the game. That's baseball. We know what we signed up for. You're going to play 162. You're going to hit a rut like this. You can't give up. You can't mope about it. Just got to show up the next day and be ready to play. And if you're the captain of the New York Yankees, that's basically all you can say. Because when Judge is slumping, and this is why we talk about other guys stepping up in the lineup. When Aaron Judge disappears and goes through a slump, you need other guys to step up. Why they sat Giancarlo Stanton for a rest, I'm not sure. I would have played them, but I get it. He's just coming back off of rehab. You have to rest him in between. You got to keep him fresh. But I don't blame Judge. I don't blame Judge. I blame everybody up in the lineup that's not performing to their expectations.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm going to echo what I said last show, which was even in Aaron Judge's slump, he's getting intentionally walked. And last night, he got intentionally walked again, and for the 16th time this season, and that's the most in the MLB. So even in a slump, this guy is still getting the bat taken out of his hand. What's inexplicable to me is not how one player, Aaron Judge or any other player on the team, can have a little bit of a rut or a little bit of a slump. It's how they're all having it at the same time. It is wild to me, you know? But hey, here's the bright side. Ready for the bright side? The Dodgers got swept by these Angels. This is the bright side, okay? The world champion, stacked to the moon squad, Los Angeles Dodgers, got swept by these Angels just like a month ago. So, it's not as if it's unprecedented. A. B. Jazz got a homer last night. Belly got a homer last night. And even more than that, we started working some walks. Okay, I know I'm grasping at straws here, but hey, walks are a good sign. You're seeing the ball. You're working the count. This is a good sign. We had Ben Rice worked a walk. Jason Dominguez worked 2 walks. Shout out. Trent Grisham walked, and that's a good sign. So let's, get it go. Let's keep going. I don't know. I'm trying.
Listen, I think we're all trying. Yankee fans are trying. The Yankees are trying as well. One thing I could note when it comes to the Yankees is that the Yankees have lost a season high 6 games in a row. Season high 6 games in a row. This has been the longest losing streak they've had since 2023, which was their 9-game losing streak towards in the month of August. We all remember that, August 12th through the 22nd and 23rd. 22nd of 2023. We remember that when the Yankees lost 9 games in a row. That's the last time the Yankees played this bad. Hopefully, like they say, it's baseball. They turn it around. That's all you can hope for.
Let me add on real quick while we're going through this stuff. The 30 scoreless innings hasn't been done by the Yankees since 1968. So is it time to panic? Like, I get it. Slump this, slump that. We're talking about record-setting slump right now, okay? This is, and I know it's only been a week, okay? So you're like, oh, it's a long season. It's only been 1 week of baseball. Bullshit. This is a record-breaking streak. Yeah, it's been 1 week, but it has been a historic slump in just a short amount of time. 30 innings scoreless since 1968, and 1968 team, by the way, set the record for the lowest team batting average of all time in the live ball era, a .214 batting average, the lowest of all time in the live batting era, in the live ball era. I'm talking about the Rockies. I'm talking about the Mets when they sucked. I'm talking about the Reds, the terrible, whoever. The worst of all time was the 1968 Yankees, the ones who went 30 scoreless innings in a row.
Yeah, I want to shout out some chats that were in the building. Old Sarge just says, shout out to Old Sarge. Old Sarge is in the building. Not that one. Old Sarge is in the building. Shout out to Old Sarge. Sarge says, this is an organizational issue, top to bottom. How they train, how they prepare, and how they execute. It shows there is little leadership and no accountability. Another Boone, June, swoon from Old Sarge. Shout out to Old Sarge in the building. I don't think there's a lot of Yankee fans that's gonna disagree with the June swoon, because it doesn't happen every June. We go through. We start off the first 2 months of the season rolling, looking like World Series contenders, and then the month of June comes around, and then we stay swooning in the month of June. Shout out to O Sarge. LB had a great point as well. He said, great point on Volpe. Nobody cares about his bat anymore, but his defense under pressure is concerning. It happened in Kansas City last year. It happened in Baltimore. It even happened in the World Series, and that's the point that I think Yankee fans that's the last remembrance they have of Volpe in the World Series stuck in the back of their mind. Yes, he hit a World Series. That's awesome. That should be celebrated. But Yankee fans, they remember more of that era than they do of the Grand Slam in the World Series. Great point from my guy LB. Theo Noseby section said, heck, he ain't just 4. He just jumped out of a plane with no parachute. Shout out to Theo Nosebleed section that is in the building. But going back just a little bit, right? That Yankees player only meeting. What can they say to each other, Grace? What can you say? Like, what if you were Aaron Judge or if you were Paul Goldsmith, Cody Bellinger, Austin Wells, whoever, what could you say to DJ LeMahieu to get him to turn it around? What could you say to Anthony Volpe to turn it around? What is there to say?
I mean, you know, what Jeter always said was like, winning is contagious and fun is when you're winning, or is winning when you're fun. It goes hand in hand, right? The classic debate that we've had many, many times. They need to be having fun. They need to stop pressing. You know, they're all pressing to try to get out of the slump, and the slump is continuing because they're pressing. Mm-hmm. You know, and they're pressing because they care. You know, that's a good thing, but also, you know, like Jazz Chisholm was recently told, like, to play the 70%. You know, the 70% that the coach told him was going to be good enough to execute consistently at a high level without pressing. That's what kind of all the guys need to do. They need to take a breath. They need to remind themselves who they are and have fun and play loose. But it's easy to say that. It's really, really hard to do that, right? Because when you care, like I said, you're pressing and you're trying too hard, you know, and it's hard to break out. I mean, if we knew how to bottle how to get out of a slump, Hector, we would be billionaires right now. You know what I mean? Like, if we had the secret weapon, the secret sauce, whatever. But yeah, if I was Judge, I would be like, hey guys, like, we're better than this. Let's all just take a breath, go home, get a good night's sleep, wake up in the morning. You know, watch a little hype reel of your own highlights and remember who the fuck you are when you come to the stadium, and let's play like fucking champions.
Mm-hmm. No, I got to shout out Rah in the chat that says something that I think everybody can agree with. Shout out to Rah. First of all, Rah, it's been a minute. I hope all is well. Rah said, good morning to all. The Yankees are 152 and 120 in the month of July and, well, June, July, and August for the past 3 seasons. It's
Jeez.
not Volpe. It's the whole organization. And Rah, you're hitting it right on the head. For some reason, especially over the past 3 years, when the month of June comes around, the Yankees decide to switch it up and turn from a team that looks like they're World Series contenders in the first 2 months to World Series pretenders. And got to fix it. How can it get out the rut? I don't know.
Right.
There's like, we could keep on having this conversation. Like, the Yankees are playing today. Like, they're playing the Angels today. They're trying to avoid being swept. We already lost the series. If the Yankees get swept back-to-back series, this is the first time the Yankees will be swept in back-to-back series since 2023, I believe.
Woo! Hate that.
Hate that, because you know what happened in 2023? We ain't make the postseason.
Oh, God. It's like, you know, when you go on a date, like, and you like really, really, really like the person, and you're like, oh my God, I really, really like this person. I'm gonna do my hair perfect. I'm gonna wear the perfect outfit. I'm gonna say everything perfect. This is my shot with this person that I really, really like. Okay, and you go in and you're like, hi, you know, and you're just like, it's too much. You're thirsty. You know what I mean? Straight thirsty. Nobody likes that. Then when you go on a date with someone you don't really care about, you're just like, whatever. I'm bored. You know, let's hang out and have fun. Let's see what happens. And you're loose and you're just relaxed. You're not trying to impress them. You're just hanging out. They fall in love with you every time. And you're like, oh God, are you in love with me again? Like, whatever. But that's exactly what's happening with the Yankees. Like, they're trying too hard. And I get it. They're upset. They want to break out. They're frustrated. We all are. But the secret is, right, when you're like, let's say you're in high school, you're trying so hard to be one of the cool people. You're not going to be cool. You're never going to be cool. The moment you say, I don't care. Can I do that on the internet? I just gave the double bird. Okay. Oopsies. I'm just a Southern girl. The moment you stop trying to be cool, all of a sudden, prom queen. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, homecoming queen, popular. Everybody wants to hang out with you. When you stop trying. And it's like, it's so hard to grasp and understand. It's a phenomenon. I don't know what makes it happen that way, but that is what it is. You know, it's just what ARod said about the playoffs. How he didn't have all the success in the playoffs because he was trying too hard. And then when he took the focus off of himself and he put the focus on the guy behind him, boom, all of a sudden he starts raking home runs. I mean, and just contributing in a way that he was never able to contribute when he was trying. But as soon as he let it go, it came to him. It's inexplicable, but
yeah, no, I'm right, Grace. I totally know exactly what you mean, right? Because you referenced that ARod conversation, and I think this is something that you and I we talked about. When you go back and you listen to ARod talk about how he struggled and talked about his struggles, he was just putting all the weight of all the pressure on his shoulder. And I think that's what's going on with this team. I think that's what's going on with Anthony Volpe. I think that's going on with everybody up and down. Austin Wells as well. Ben Rice. Credit to Ben Rice for throwing out a runner at second base. We were talking about
that was so exciting.
they're gonna run on him because he can't throw people out. Going from the minors back to college, and the first attempt, the guy was thrown out. They didn't try to run afterwards. So shout out and credit to Ben Rice
from
his knees. But again, it seems like the front office is June 19th right now. July, the trade deadline is right around the corner. They're going to have to go to the drawing board to figure it out. They're going to have to get that brain trust into a room, close the doors, turn off the phones, and figure it out. Because what we're seeing right now, what we've seen over the past 2 weeks, this is not a team. Over the past 2 weeks, what we've seen, starting from the Red Sox series, to now, that's not a team that is going to be competing for a World Series. I'm sorry. No matter how great your pitching has been, no matter how good your starters, your bullpen has been, your offense not stepping up, not driving in runs when you got runners in scoring position, that's something that needs to be addressed. We got some good news early also. We got to mention it, but Luke Weaver seems like he's coming back tomorrow.
Oh, the best news. Not that the bullpen has been the problem over the last 7 games or whatever, but
Rah, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Shout out to you, Rah.
Coming back, adding Luke Weaver is going to be an emotional boost for the guys as well. So hopefully that, Giancarlo coming back, Luke Weaver coming back, Lewis Hill, they said, is going to throw on Saturday. So, hey, maybe we got some stuff going. Oh God, I don't know. I'm coping so hard.
I see what you're saying, Grace, and I don't want it to be hey, we got Luis Hill back. That's like adding a solid starter at the trade deadline. We got Giancarlo Stanton back. That's like adding a bat at the trade deadline. We need to go out there and we need to address our third base and our second base situation. I was having this conversation. This is something that you and I we brought up. Jazz Chisholm is an amazing defender at second base. You need to have him play second base. DJ LeMahieu needs to be your third baseman. The game before yesterday, DJ LeMahieu cost us a run with his defense at second base. When you look at their metrics, Jazz Chisholm, again, is an amazing defender at second base, borderline gold glove. When you move him to third base, all those metrics, they just start falling down. When you look at DJ LeMahieu does not have the lateral movement to go left and right. He doesn't have the range like Jazz does. You need to have him at third base. You don't need to do left and right or move that much when you're at third base. One thing DJ can do is when the ball is hit directly at him, he going to suck that up. He's a vacuum. He going to gobble that up. He going to eat that up. He's going to get it to first base. When he has to go left and right, that's when he starts having issues. So the Yankees analytics want to look at the numbers. You should just move Jazz to second, where he's a better defender, and move DJ LeMahieu to third base. Shout out to the Real Bill podcast in the building. My guy is in the building. Salute. El Consigliere with the $10 super chat, helping us keep the lights on. He said, Hector and Grace on it as usual. I appreciate you, Joe. Go ahead, Grace.
Yeah, I don't know why they put DJ at second. I mean, it was a shock to all of us when he was doing his rehab start and they were starting him at second base. We were all like, what? What? And then we thought, oh, maybe it's because there are more third basemen available at the trade deadline, and then they'll move Jazz back over to second and acquire a third baseman. But that doesn't make any sense as to why we're suffering with poor defense right now.
Does Jazz, his arm strength doesn't look like it has decreased. It doesn't look like he's lost arm strength. So why not put him at third?
Wait, Jazz?
I mean,
Jazz.
DJ. I'm gonna say DJ. I'm sorry. I meant to say DJ. It's not like DJ has lost any arm strength since coming back from the injury.
Right. If that is the case, I don't know why he's not playing third, or even trying, or even at all, like even rotating it around. There's got to be something we don't know. There has to be I refuse to believe there is not a reason, because there has to be somebody whose job it is to think about these things. There has to be a reason. Maybe we just don't know what it is. I got to believe that so I can go to sleep at night, okay? Because I don't understand it either. I don't know if they're hoping George Lombard Jr. was going to get a hotter streak going in AA. I heard some people throwing his name around, and I thought, you know what? Let me look and see how he's doing in AA. Not making the adjustment yet.
Well, he's performing as well as a 19-year-old is expected to perform at AA.
That's it, and he will adjust, and he will have success. I believe that. But
my man's not even 2 years removed from his high school prom.
Yeah. No shade to George Lombard Jr. It's just that he hasn't reached the pinnacle of AA yet, and that's not shade. That's just a fact. So he's not ready. He's not ready. Now, could he go on a crazy streak and over the next month and a half, or however long is the trade deadline, 2 months, and make his case to be called up and given a shot? Sure. Crazy things happen all the time. But it hasn't happened yet. So I don't know if maybe that's what they were thinking when they put DJ at second and Jazz at there. I don't know. But Paul Goldschmidt, however, this is a change of subject. Paul Goldschmidt is absolute just finesse. I love watching him. He's such a ball player. And when he was running down the first baseline after he hit that ground ball last night, I can't remember what inning it was in. Ninth?
It was in the ninth inning.
The ninth. Okay, I remember now. When it was in the ninth inning.
I saw you tweet about it. I was dying laughing.
Yes. And he hit the ball, and everybody in the stadium, everybody watching at home was like, oh, that's a double play, or that's an out, right? For sure. But my man, he didn't stop running. He chugged down the first baseline, and then what happened? First baseman got the ball a little bit down the line. He reached out to tag Paul. My man, 37 years old, said, what? He dodged the tag and was safe at first base. I said, no way. What am I seeing with my eyes? A true blue, old school ball player. I love it. I love to see it. I have no notes on Paul Goldschmidt. No notes whatsoever. I mean, it seems like his power isn't really there anymore, but he kind of knows it. So he is capitalizing on what he can do, and it's just it's so professional. I love him.
I want to shout out my guy Johnny in the chat, who says, Johnny, I'm not trying to troll, but the true fans of baseball, do you guys believe the Yankees lineup is missing Sodto? I would say no, because we went through the same June swoon with Sodto in the lineup last year. We went through the same thing in the month of June, in the month of August, in the month of September last year when we had Juan Soto. No, I don't think the Yankees lineup is missing Juan Soto. If we had Juan Soto in the lineup, we wouldn't have Max Fried. We wouldn't have Devin Williams at the end of the bullpen. We wouldn't have Paul. We wouldn't have Cody Bellinger. We wouldn't have Paul Goldschmidt.
True.
That's just the reality. We turn Juan Soto into 4 or 5 players.
Yeah. The last thing we need is another outfielder. We can't even play the ones we have. And then also, his defense cost us that's neither here nor there. But if you're talking just about the offense and the lineup, right now, Juan Sodto will be working walks, and we would not be bringing him in.
Yeah.
So
That's what Juan Sodto will be stranded on first and second more than anybody else in baseball if he was on the New York Yankees. It's not a Juan Sodto issue. It's not even an Aaron Judge issue. It's everybody else in the lineup not stepping up. Austin Wells has fallen off the face of the earth.
Bro, I'm so glad you brought this up. Go
Austin
ahead.
Wells has fallen off the face of the earth.
Go ahead, Hector. Go ahead.
Again, I got the Austin Wells stash. I'm not shaving it. I'm keeping it. But when you look at Austin Wells, when he got drafted, the one thing we were told when he was drafted is this guy is a hitter. His power is going to play at the big league level. We are 2 years into Austin Wells as a big league baseball player. You can say 2.5 years because he got called up the year before. When's that power going to show up? When's that power going to show up, Grace? I'm still waiting for it. I'm still waiting for that power to show up.
I am so glad you brought this up, Hector, because Yankees fans, including myself, we've been holding on to this dream of Austin Wells having all this power when really, if you look at the stats, it was 1 month. 1 month out of his tenure that he had power, that he was consistent at all at the plate. I mean, and bro, can we please talk about his defense? I'm going there. The pass balls, the pop fouls he doesn't go for or catch, the mistakes. He can't throw anybody out of the base paths anymore. I'm going there. He's on my last nerve. And you know what else? I'm gonna say something crazy right now. Let's see what we can get for Austin Wells.
Oh, shots fired.
Now, I can't be held responsible for the things that I say when I have the tinfoil hat on.
Grace, can I cheer us up just for a little bit before we jump
please.
back? Let's guys, can I cheer us up? Yesterday, again, make sure you guys are following us on all social media platforms, on Instagram, on TikTok. If you look right here, I'm dropping the link tree in the building. The TikTok is on the link tree. You could go to the link tree and just follow us on TikTok, because I was live on TikTok live yesterday and I had a great interaction with JC Escara. I had a great interaction with Michael K. I had a great interaction with Carlos Rodon. It was awesome yesterday on the field. I want to shout out the chat real quick before I play that video. The Real Bill Podcast, shout out to you. Our friend Tina, salute. The old Sarge says, you're killing me, Monroe. You're killing me, Monroe. Shout out to old Sarge in the building. LB says, God, finally people are noticing. Thank you, Grace. I think that shots fired when it comes to Austin Wells. Anna Marie said, the gloves are off when it comes to Escara. Johnny Boy said, it's the first series the Mets have lost so far this season. Listen, I've said it when the Yankees played the Mets in the Subway Series, when I did my Subway Series preview with my guy Anthony Rivera, Subway to Say. Make sure you guys go give him a follow. We'll be doing another one when the Subway Series comes back around. But the Mets lineup 1 through 9 is better than the Yankees. The Yankees have Judge. That's the only difference between the Mets lineup and the Yankees lineup. You take Aaron Judge away from New York Yankees, and the Yankees lineup doesn't compare to the New York Mets. New York Mets, you got Lindor, you got Alonso, you got Sodto. Lindor and Alonso are having amazing seasons. So I'm just a very down the middle Yankee fan, and I know what the reality is. We have Aaron Judge, who is the best hitter on the face of the earth. If Aaron Judge was not in this lineup, the New York Yankees would be a middle of the pack team in the AL East. That's just the reality. We'd be borderline 500 if Aaron Judge was not in this lineup. That's just a fact. So to cheer us up, I want to play this interaction that I had with JC Escara. Guys, we're going to play this. We'll be right back.
Hey, you on live right now?
Yeah. Say what up, JC.
What up, buddy? What up? I got you got followers they hit me up. They're like, oh, I was watching you.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
That's
so that's cool that you do this.
We're here with JC Escara, one of the best human beings that are out there. JC, you being a former teacher, former Uber driver, you understand the grind. Us Latinos, we have that grind. Can you just speak to that?
Yeah. So, I mean, being from immigrant parents, they came here, with nothing but the clothes on their back. I mean, we're grinders. We got to do what we got to do. When we face adversity, like I did, I had to scrape by. I had to do what I had to do to provide for the family until my dreams come true. But like I said to everyone out there is that, dreams do come true. Look at me where I'm at right now. I know that a lot of people have heard about the Uber driving, the substitute teaching. It's part of my story, and I did go through that. I feel like I'm in this position to say my story and give hope to people out there.
I just want to let you know, as a content creator, right, as somebody that goes to these autograph signings, you taking 30 seconds to even have this conversation, it means the world to me. So I just want to let you know, let Jazz, even though Oswaldo know, even though he's not here, you interacting with us content creators that are on the grind, it means the world. Thank you so much, JC.
I appreciate it.
Treasure. I know you're a future father. Father's Day just passed. How did I feel knowing that next year you'll be celebrating that with your family?
Yeah. Actually, sometime this next week, I'm gonna be a father. So I just want to instill that in my kids as well, and keep chasing their dreams, man, because all things are possible.
JC, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, my bro.
And I always be here doing these lives. So
I appreciate it. I'm gonna stop by.
Definitely.
He's so cool.
Yeah, JC was first of all, I'm gonna tell you right now, I was not expecting that whatsoever. I was literally on TikTok live, and JC, he said what up to me like 3 or 4 times while I was on the field, but he waited for me to be on live to walk over and be like, "You on live right now?" And I was like, yeah, I was so fucking like nervous or whatever. I had to edit so much out of that video just because like how nervous I was. But again, shout out to JC Escara.
No, and that's what I mean. JC is killing it.
Mm-hmm.
He's a nice guy. A great story. Love all that. But on the field, he's killing it. He's crushing it. If Ben Rice can catch 2 now, I know it's only been 1 game, so let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's what we say down here in Texas. But nosebleed, give me the banjo in the chat. But yeah, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. But I'm just saying, if Rice can catch and hit, and JC can catch and hit, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Let's see what we can get for Austin Wells.
You gotta put that in for a hat. Theo Nosebleeds with the banjo in the chat. Shout out to Nosebleed. Anna Marie said Hector is a fan, but no, Anna, I was right. And this is one thing I wanted to add on. Again, blessings and thank you so much to Latino Sports for giving me this opportunity, guys. Make sure you guys visit Latino Sports. I dropped my first article yesterday, Grace, as well. I sent it out group chat, so make sure you guys check it out. I put my first ever article that I ever put out. It's on the Latino Sports website. It's about Mama D's Empanada. It's about the JC Escara event, because this Saturday, Mama D's Empanada is having another event with Oswaldo Cabrera. So make sure you guys check out the article. Give me some feedback. Be nice, because it's the first ever article I ever published, ever written. So please be nice. But I just want to say, blessings to Latino Sports. Thank you to JC. Being able to build this season, being able to build a relationship with JC Escara, with Oswaldo, with Jazz. It's something that my inner child would never have been able to dream of, Grace. The little Hector that grew up as a snot-nosed kid who was a Power Ranger anime fan, a Yankee fan as well. But I don't think he ever thought in his wildest dreams I'll be doing what I'm doing right now. So I got to say thank you, Grace, and thank you for the chat and anybody else for supporting. I appreciate y'all.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But on to this Yankee game, because the New York Yankees, they do have a game in about like 10 minutes. Grace.
Okay.
How many runs are the Yankees not going to score?
Oh, God. Well, we faced the pitcher with the highest ERA in baseball yesterday, I think. Isn't that what they said?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Okay, great. Yeah. Love that for us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Rodon's on the mound. Okay, that's good.
Lowe's.
Lowe's is on the mound today. Who was pitching for the Angels?
Tyler Anderson, who on the season has a 2-4 record. He has a 4.44 ERA. So just because
they're trash. I can't believe we're listening to these people.
Listen, just because he has a 4.44 ERA, he's facing the Yankees, so he's throwing 8 shutout innings against the Yankees today.
Oh my God.
Los Yankees. Shout out to my guy Delulu.
This is terrible. Finals. Let's say. Okay. Hold on. Let's say the Yankees put up 3 runs and win the game.
Question mark?
Hector, you don't believe.
Question mark?
We have to win, bro. And, we have to. Something's got to give at some point.
I hope, but then we got Baltimore coming in, so yay. I gotta yay.
Oh, no. Bro, we're about to Yo, this is gone downhill so fast. We're about to get beat by Baltimore, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we are.
Hector, we're gonna lose the division. We're gonna lose the division like that.
This weekend.
Oh my God. No. It's not happening. It's not happening. This is not happening. Not on our watch. We're going to win tonight, and we're going to win 2 out of 3 versus the Orioles. Boom. Count it.
Oh, man. I hope.
It's Hope Week.
It is Hope Week. It's Yankees Hope Week. Absolutely. Thank you for that perfect segue, Grace, because yesterday, Dugout BX across the street from Yankee Stadium, it's a newly renovated bar, small business owned by a beautiful family. The Yankees had their Hope Week event there yesterday. It was an amazing event. Like I said, Anthony Volpe was there, Tim Hill, Will Warren, Brian Cashman, Aaron Boone. They were singing karaoke with the kids. Do you know who did the best out of everybody, out of the names? Okay, so Oswaldo was there, Anthony Volpe, Clark Smith, Will Warren, Tim Hill, Aaron Boone, Brian Cashman. Who do you think did the best? And some beat writers singing karaoke. Who do you think did the best out of the names that I just mentioned? Karaoke wise.
Will Warren.
Okay. Do you have is it ranked choice? Are we a democracy here? Do you have
Okay. Let me give top 3. Will Warren, Clark Schmidt, and Aaron Boone.
Okay. Will Warren wasn't, right? Just because Will Warren he went out there first. Aaron Boone started off. Aaron Boone was amazing. He wasn't the best. I think Brian Cashman was the best. If I had to rank it, it was Cashman, it was Boone, and then it was one of the beat writers, Peter, I forgot his last, Pete something, but he was phenomenal. Like, he is like a Frank Sinatra cover artist, so he was actually number one. But out of like the players and stuff, like I would say it was Boone, Cashman, and then Oswaldo. Will Warren, right? Like I said, Boone was first, and Boone was phenomenal. It was Can I Get My Hands Up?
Party in the USA.
Party in the USA. That's the song that he was singing with the kids. That was fucking hilarious. That was amazing.
Loved it. Kids loved it.
Will Warren, he's a country dude, right? So Will Warren, the kid chose Who Let the Dogs Out. So Will Warren is reading the lyrics, and it gets to the point where you bite the bone, and Will Warren stops like, should I even be saying that?
He's so adorable.
Yeah, so that was pretty funny. Oswaldo had me dying laughing because he's on that scooter where you put your knee so you could just ride. So he came in like fucking Fast and the Furious on that scooter thing.
Oh,
hilarious. God. So shout out to Oswaldo who is making the best out of the situation that's right now.
And we knew he would. He is a rare.
Oh yeah, he's a gem. He was awesome as well. But Clark Schmidt was pretty good. But like I said, Aaron Boone was phenomenal. Brian Cashman was pretty good. I had to ask Cashman at the end when we get to like the Q&A part. I was like, Brian, so with how good you perform, is it fair to say that karaoke night is a staple of the Cashman household? He was like, no, to be honest, I've never done karaoke before. And then one of the Yankees PR people was there. He just looked at.
How funny. That sounds fun. I wish I could sing karaoke with the Yankees.
Yeah. But again, it was for a good event. It's for a great cause. Let me just bring it up real quick. It was for this organization, the Valerie Fund, Caring for Children. It's a fund that specializes in pediatric cancer. And it's an amazing family. The couple that run it, they're in their 90s. Beautiful family, beautiful message behind it. So guys, I advise you guys, if you guys have a few extra dollars, if you guys can donate the Valerie Fund. I'm gonna type it in the chat so you guys can know what to Google. But the Valerie Fund, they did their Hope Week event yesterday with the New York Yankees. The Yankees honored them. The Yankees as well gave them a $10,000 check towards their charity. I think that's like the most that quote unquote you could like give or whatever. But yeah, Ed and Sue Goldstein, the Valerie Fund. I'm typing in the chat right now. If you guys have a couple of bucks $2, $1. You could go to their website. You could donate to their fund. Like I said, it's a great cause. Before the game as well, all the children from the Valerie Fund, the Yankees had them on the field for batting practice. That was awesome as well. I was able to get some good footage of them interacting with Aaron Judge. It was an awesome event. It was for a great cause. Like I said, just look up the Valerie Fund. The Yankees are about to get ready to play. Let's shout out to chat before we get ready to get out of here. The Ace Avenue is in the building. Anna Marie, I appreciate you. Rah, salute. Theo Nosebleed section. El Consigliere Joe, I appreciate you. Rah and Joe, thank you guys for the super chats, helping us keep the lights on over here at Uptown Sports TV. LB, I appreciate you. Old Sarge, Tina, the Real Bills podcast, I appreciate you. Of course, my guy Johnny Boy, I appreciate you guys. Theo Nosebleed section. Guy Lazaro, if I didn't say your name, I do apologize. We appreciate all of you guys. Grace said what, 3-2 Yankees win? You said 3-2. I'm a double down on that, and I'm gonna say 3-2 the Yankees win. Hopefully the Yogi Berra bobblehead could give them some inspiration. Hopefully they can turn things around because of the Yogi Berra bobblehead.
Yes, hopefully. Yogi, watch over us all.
Because if not, I'm going to crash out on the next episode. I wanted to crash out like when we first started. Grace knows why, right? But I had to keep my composure. I had to like compose myself behind the scenes and stuff. So there was no crash out this morning. But I will be at Mama D's Empanada this Saturday. Oswaldo Cabrera. It's a beautiful signing. It's from 6 to 8 p.m. It's in Parling, New Jersey. Like I said, Mama D's Empanada. Please, if you guys in New Jersey in the tri-state area, go to Mama D's Empanada. Don't go to any events that's happening over the weekend. I'm not going to say their names. Just don't go to any of them. Love you guys. I'm Hector.
I'm Grace Monroe.
This is the Yankees Morning Brew. And until next time, you beautiful people, arriba the Dirche. Drink some water. Let's go, Yankees. Let's score some runs, por favor.
Please.
Oh, my God.
You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.